verb exact.
Jack's lips.
If you don't understand how to do it, then I'll be here to help you.
Jack, you can hear
I'll
me.
get to it one. So all we have for homework is El Verbo Exacto.
Boys and girls, try not to be in two classrooms at the same time.
Call just ended.
Okay. Yeah, boys and girls, don't slide into math until you're done with Spanish. That way you won't be in both at the same time. It's kind of crazy. Like you'd be downstairs in Mrs. Lip's room at the same time you're in my room.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Sounds like you guys are just finishing up. So I'll give you a minute to switch gears from your Spanish to math. Okay. In our math book, we're on page 463.
Miss Palmer, may I please go to the restroom?
Mrs. Palmer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still kind of confused with the way of the multiplying fractions. So I'm gonna need a little help with that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go over all of them problem by problem. So that's fine, Alex. I think you'll pick it up today. Okay.
Okay.
So we're on page 463. And you had 3 problems to do. Well, you had 5 problems, but 3, 4, and 5 were first. Number 3, Irfan, what did you get? And Irfan, you just have to unmute so I can hear you, or we can all hear you.
So for number 24.
No, number 3.
Let's say number 3. Sorry, so then I got 35 24ths, but then now I have to reduce it. So then I reduced my 35 into 7.
You know what? Just work through step by step for me, okay? What did you do first?
All right, so first I times 7 times 5, right?
Right. I think, are you on page 463?
Yes.
Number 3.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you turned, the first thing you did was turn 1 3/4. Is that right?
I was saying it turned 1 3/4 into 7/4, right?
Okay, good. Yep. All right.
Then 2 1/2 into okay, I see where I went wrong. Okay, so I got so the bond number should be 8. I wrote 6 for some reason.
Okay. All right. So Alex, do you understand what Irfan did there? How he changed those into improper fractions?
Yeah, he changed them to above. Yeah.
You're okay with that? Okay. So we multiply straight across, and Irfan said
but now
8.
So now we have to lower that.
Yeah, so you have to say, how many times does 8 go into 35?
4 times.
With how many left over?
3.
Good. So his final answer was 4 3/8. Okay, and that's all the work with it. All right. Good job. Number 4 then, Alex.
Okay, number 4?
Yep. And can you walk me through it kind of the way Irfan did tell me, like what you did step by step?
Yeah, so I'm a little confused, but I'll try. So first, it's 2 2/3 times 1 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you take away the 1 and then make it, what do you do? The part where you add them is I'm a little confused.
Okay.
Alex.
No, hang on. Irfan, stop. All right. Alex, first just look at 2 2/3, okay?
Okay.
All right, you take that bottom number, the 3, and multiply it by the big 2. 3
Okay.
times 2 is what?
6.
Okay, plus the 2 at the top.
8.
So that goes on top now. 8, and the bottom stays a 3.
8 thirds. Okay. So that means it's 8 thirds
Yeah, times.
times. Oh, okay. And then you go to the next one. 3 times 1
Is
is
3
3. So then
plus 1.
plus 1 is 4. So 4 thirds.
Yeah, good.
And
Okay,
then
now
you multiply straight across.
Mhm.
Yeah. So 32 ninths.
Mhm.
And if you want to make that 9, 3, wouldn't that be 3 and 4 ninths? No, 3 and 5 ninths.
3 and 5 ninths. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now I understand it.
Good. All right. Number 5, Bernadette. Did you do this one, Bernadette? I know you weren't in class yesterday.
Yes, I did that one.
Oh, you did. Okay. So when you turned 3 3/4 into an improper fraction, what did you get?
So I did 15/4
Mm-hmm.
times 5 2 equals 75/8, and then I reduced that to 9 3/8.
That's it. Just writing it down so everyone can see your work. Good job. 9 3/8. Good. Number 6, Grace.
Number 6, I had to multiply 2 3/4 and 2 1/2. So I turned 2 3/4 into 11/4, and then I turned 2 1/2 into 5/2, and then I multiplied 11/4 times 5/2, and I got 55/8, which is also equal to 6 7/8 feet long.
Good. Okay. A lot of work. I think I wrote it down like you said. 6 and 7/8. The only thing I would do is make my feet squared because they're talking about area. So I put that little 2 above my feet. Square feet. Because when we talk about area, we call it square feet. But all your math is really good, Grace.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do I have Grant with me? Grant, are you here? Oh, there you are. I see you. Okay. Grant, how about number 7?
Yes.
All right. What did you do for number 7, Grant?
I did 2 2 2/3 times 1 1/2.
Yeah.
2 2/3. I made 8 thirds, and 1 1/2. I made 3/2. It is
Good.
24/6. The mixed number is 2 4/6 feet.
All right. I'm with you all the way to the 24/6. But when you turn it back into a mixed number and you say, how many times does 6
2 and
go
4
into
6
24? It's just 4. So when you're here, 24/6, that is just equal to 4 square feet. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that, Grant? I was with you right to this spot right here, 24/6. I think maybe you froze. Okay. But number 7, gang, is 4 square feet. Okay. We're going to look at the next page. Remember, the first 2 should be just like this. So number 1, Jack, could you read number 1?
Yes.
And then
On
tell us what to do.
4 6 4.
Yes.
All right. Number 1. The base of the fountain is a rectangle. Its dimensions are 1 2/3 feet by 2 2/3 feet. What is the area of the base of the fountain? So we turn 1 2/3 into 5/3 and 2 2/3 into 8/3. And you times those.
Mhm.
So you get 40 over 9,
Was this homework?
which is equal to,
Mhm.
4 and 4/9.
Yep. And what unit will you give that, Jack?
Feet.
Square feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think I wrote everything down you said. All right.
Mrs. Palmer?
No,
was
we're
this
just doing
homework?
this page now, Pia. It was just those other problems on page 463. This is just classwork now. And Lily, you're up next for number 2. Can you read number 2 for us? Lily.
Number 2. Billy leaving room for floor is covered with carpet tile. Each tile is 1.5. Grant, did you say something?
Well, no, Grant didn't say anything because it's your turn to be talking. So I think everyone else should be muted. So go ahead, keep reading.
What is the area of one tile?
Okay, so we're going to multiply those together, Lily. Turn 1.5 into an improper fraction.
So that will be 3, 2, 2/3.
3 over 2.
And then
All right,
the
2
13 over 5.
good. All right, now multiply straight across.
So I got 39
Okay, over.
over 10.
Good. One more step. How many times does 10 go into 39?
3.
Good. With how many left over?
9 remaining. So we
Good.
do 10s. 3 and 9 tenths of one tile.
Good. 3 9/10 square feet is the area of one tile. Good work. Right, number 3. Pia, could you read that one for us?
Okay. Lucy earned $18 sitting on Friday and $20 babysitting on Saturday. On Sunday, she spent half of the money. Write an expression to match the words. So I'd say 18 plus 20 in parentheses divided by 2.
Good. Yep, and that would have to be in parentheses the way Pia said. Otherwise, we would only divide the 20 by 2. Okay, so she spent half of all of the money. So you have to put all the money together first and then divide by 2. All right, we could divide by 2. We could multiply by 1/2. It's the same thing, right? So that would be another way you could say it. You could say 18 plus 20 times 1/2. You would get the same thing. And that's just something I want you guys to have in your mind, is when I divide by 2, it's the same thing as multiplying by 1/2. Okay? Like if you take your calculator and you say 10 divided by 2, you'll get 5. And if you get doing your calculator 10 times 1/2 or 10 times 0.5, you'll get 5. Okay? It's the same thing. All right. I want to go back to Alex. Would you read number 4, please?
Okay. Number 4, a grocery store clerk is putting cans of soup on the shelves. She has 12 boxes, which each contain 24 cans of soup. Altogether, how many cans of soup will the clerk put on the shelves?
What do we have to do?
12 times 24.
Good. 12 times 24. Go ahead and do that off on the side, Alex. All right, and everyone can do that in their book while Alex is working on it too. 24 times 12. So this is just that spiral review to have us practice our double-digit multiplication. All right, what did you get, Alex?
I got 288.
Boom, good job. 288 cans. Good work. Okay, and Bernadette, would you read number 5?
What is the best estimate for the quotient? So it's 5,397 divided by 62.
Okay, so the first thing I want you to think about, Bernadette, is 62. Round that to the nearest 10. So we're going to make 62 since we're estimating it. What's that close to?
60.
Good. That's the first thing we want to do. Now, this is the part that's just a little bit harder. Look at the first 2 numbers here. I kind of underlined them. It says they're 53. What's a number that's close to 53, but I can divide it by 6 evenly? So 53 won't go nicely for an estimate, but something close to 53.
50.
No, 50 won't divide by 6 evenly either. So let's think of 6 times stuff. Like 6 times 8 is 48. That's kind of close, but what's 6 times 9, Bernadette?
That is 55.
It's close. It's 54. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to change 5397 to 5,400. 5,400. All right. That's going to make us able to estimate this pretty easily because we could do 54 divided by 6. What's that, Bernadette? 54 divided by 6?
1.
No, 54 divided by 6.
Oh. That is 9.
Good. And then we have 2 zeros here, and we're going to take away 1 0. So how many zeros are left?
100.
Well, 2 zeros, but then get rid of one of them. So just 90.
Just 90.
Okay, we said we have 2 zeros, and we're dividing it by 1 0, so we get rid of one of them, and we have 90. So that's our estimate. That's way back from the fall. All right, that's what they're bringing back for us. All right, we have one more problem on this page. Grace, will you read that one?
Sure. There are 45 vehicles in a parking lot. 3/5 of the vehicles are minivans. How many of the vehicles in the parking lot are minivans? So
All
what
right.
I would do is I would multiply 45 and 3/5 because it says how many of the vehicles.
Good. Of means multiply. So Grace said she's doing that 45 times 3/5 because of. All right.
And
You're
so
going to cancel?
a 1 under 45. So 45 over 1. And I can reduce 5 to 1 and 45 to 9 because they can both divide by 9. By 5. And then
Good.
after that, 9 times 3 is 27. 1 times 1 is 1. So that's the same as 27. So altogether, 27 of the vehicles were minivans.
Good. 27 vehicles. Excellent. Okay. There's one more thing I want to talk to you guys about, and it has to do with that equal to, less than, or greater than when we're talking about fractions. So I want you to turn to page 467. We talked about it when we were multiplying a whole number by a fraction, but what if we're multiplying a fraction by a fraction or a mixed number? Okay, so we're going to talk about a few of these on page 467. Number 1 they did for us. There's a model there. We don't have to look at the model, but let's just look at number 1. It says 5/6 times 2 1/5 will be less than 2 1/5. Okay, so remember that makes sense because what are we multiplying 2 1/5 by? We're multiplying it by 5/6. 5/6 is less than 1, so our answer is less than. If we're multiplying it by 1, it would be equal to, And if we're multiplying it by something greater than 1, our answer will be greater than. Okay. So let's look at number 2. And I think Grant is up. All right. So Grant, number 2, it says 1 1/5 times 2 2/3 will be blank. 2 2/3. So we're multiplying by 1 1/5. Okay. So is our answer on the line going to be equal to, greater than, or less than? Are you unmuted, Grant? I can kind of see you, but I can't tell if you're frozen. I think you might be frozen. Okay. I'm going to go to Irfan.
Greater than.
Greater than. Good, because 1 1/5 is greater than 1. Good. That's a greater than. Okay. Number 3, Jack. All right. Hang on. I didn't read it yet. Hang on. Was that Grant or was that Jack? Yeah.
Greater
Number
than.
2 was greater than. Okay. All right. Jack, number 3. 4/5 times 2 2/5. Less than. Guys, because 4/5 is less than 1. You guys got this. Let me do a couple more. Number 4, Lily. 2/2 times 1 1/2 will be blank 1 1/2. All right, so Lily, you're looking at 2/2.
Wait, Jack, what's our last day of school?
Lily? Are you with me, Lily?
Yes.
Okay, number 4, what do you think? Equal to, greater than, or less than?
Number 4, I think that it is. I think that is equal to.
Good, equal to, because 2/2 is equal to 1. Good job. Okay, the next one, Pia. 2/3 times 3 1/6 will be blank 3 1/6.
Greater than.
Right. But look, Pia, we're multiplying 3 1/6 by 2/3.
Oh, well, yeah. Less than.
Less than. Good. Okay. Let's just look at number 6 and 7 for those of us who like to think a little bit deeper. They want to know the answer. One of the factors is blank, and then we see the answer. So blank something times 1 2/3 equals 5/6. So I'm getting something smaller than 1 2/3. So for number 6, I would say less than. My unknown factor has to be less than 1. If I multiply 1 2/3 by something and I get 5/6 as my answer, and I must have multiplied it by something less than 1. So number 7, Alex. Would that one be less than 1 or greater than 1?
Number 7,
Yeah.
that would be greater than.
Good. Good. Okay. So I did put a video in your Google Classroom. If anybody is struggling with multiplying mixed numbers, okay, there's a video in there that you can watch. Has a nice British accent, I think. If you want to watch the video. Also, tomorrow, we don't have class necessarily, but you guys will be doing schoolwork, and Mrs. Palmer will be working too, so I'll be here to help you if you need. But this is what I want you to do. It's like a day for assessments. So this is what I want you to do. Page 475, numbers 2 to 13. But I want you to type your answers into a Google document and send them to me, or take a picture and send it to me. All right, so because that's going to be your assessment for this chapter.
So is that our homework?
It's like your work. If you want to do it tonight, that's fine. It's your classwork for tomorrow or your test. Try to have it done by. Send me your answers by Sunday night, and this is like your test for the chapter. Because next week we're going to go on to the next chapter.
Sunday.
Okay.
Do Sunday.
Should we put the answers in a Google Doc and send them to you?
Yeah, or you could take a picture. Sometimes in a Google document, it's a pain to type in fractions, but you can do it. I mean, I don't know what you mean if you type the slash for a fraction. But if you want to take
graded?
a picture, yes.
So is it graded if you get it done, or is it graded if you get it right?
It's graded if you get it correct. All right, it's your assessment for this section, because I want to move on to dividing by fractions next week. Okay? But I'll be available tomorrow, so if you need me tomorrow, you can just, I'll be at my computer, and you can just send me an email and tell me you want to get on Google Meet, you know, and then we'll get on together and I can help you out if you have any questions. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day, boys and girls.
Bye.
Bye-bye.